Perfectionism is one of the biggest mental blocks that stops entrepreneurs, business owners, athletes, and big dreamers from asking for the opportunity that they need to achieve what they're truly capable of. Ever wondered how to stop being a perfectionist? I'll share all that and more in this video. I'm Tiffany Toombs, a high performance mindset coach, and I have worked with thousands of people all over the world to help them let go of self-sabotage, including perfectionism, so they can step into their true power, purpose, and potential. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful steps that you need to take to say goodbye to perfectionism forever. Every limiting belief and behavior that we have was created to fulfill a need. So the first step to letting go of perfectionism is to figure out where this belief was created and what need this behavior and belief system is serving for you. Oftentimes, being a perfectionist stems from a fear of rejection, a fear of failure, possibly even a fear of success, or a fear of criticism. If you grew up in a home or in your school where there was a lot of criticism, a lot of judgment, a lot of competition to see who is better than the other person, this can have led to you developing beliefs from a very young age that you needed to be perfect in order to feel safe, to feel loved, and to feel accepted by your peer group. What I often see happening with my clients who are struggling with perfectionism is that they're playing out old patterns from their childhood or teenage years in their adulthood or in their business and relationships, and that is stopping them from truly stepping into their power and achieving what they're capable of. Now, before I share with you step number 2 in overcoming perfectionism for good, I want to hear from you. Has perfectionism stopped you from taking action in the past? Go to the comments below and let me know. Now, in order to truly let go of perfectionism, we need to actually listen to the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is the part of your mind that stores your emotions, your limiting beliefs, and your memories. And the unconscious mind is kind of like that 3-year-old toddler that keeps asking the why questions. The more you ignore them, the louder they're going to get. And so when people attempt to ignore this part of the brain and keep pushing through, what often happens is they become paralyzed by perfectionism or by paralysis by analysis because the unconscious mind has shut them down. This actually happens in the fight, flight, or freeze response in the body, and now they can't move forward at all. So in step number 2, we're going to start to listen to the unconscious mind. So the questions that I want you to ask yourself, and ideally you can journal on these questions to fully explore the answer in depth, is what is the worst case scenario? And there might be more than one. So if you were to take imperfect action, what are the worst possible things that could happen for you? And I want you to list as many as you can out. Now you might think, why would I want to look at all the worst case scenarios? We're just allowing the unconscious mind to feel understood and heard so that we can work with it in reprogramming these limiting beliefs. Once you've listed out all the possible worst case scenarios, then next to each of those worst case scenarios, write down what you could do to prevent that worst case scenario from happening. So let's say you want to launch a brand new business, but you feel you have to be perfect first. The worst case scenario of not being perfect when you launch is that nobody will buy your product and that you'll fail or you'll run out of money. Well, what you could do to prevent is that you could do some market research. You could learn about marketing strategies. You could make sure that you have a solid offer. To prevent yourself from failing, you could hire a coach. Continue to learn from the mistakes that you've made to keep moving forward, or you could ask somebody for help. To stop yourself from running out of money, you could take out a loan or a grant. You could ask friends or families or investors to support you in the launch of your business. So as you can see, we're listing out as many possible ways that we can prevent the worst case scenario from happening. This helps the fear center of the brain, what's known as the amygdala, see that the worst case scenario is not actually a life and death situation, and that there are things that we can do to prevent it. After you have brainstormed all the ways that you could prevent the worst case scenarios from happening, then you're going to write down, if the worst case scenario did happen, what could you do to fix it, or who could you ask for help to get out of that situation? So in the case of nobody buys what you're selling, again, you could hire a marketing agency to do the marketing for you. You could learn more about marketing strategies. You could work on the offer that you're putting out. To make sure that you don't fail, you could hire a business coach or a business strategist to help you. You could find an investor to make sure that you had the money to keep going. So just like you did with what could you do to prevent the worst case scenario from happening, you're going to brainstorm all the things that you could do to repair it. Once you have all this information and you can see that it's possible to prevent and repair the worst case scenarios if they happened, I want you to go back and rate all the worst case scenarios on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being not a very big deal and 10 being death. And you'll see that the worst case scenarios might not actually be as serious as you first thought they were. Before I share with you the last step in overcoming perfectionism, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I'm putting out brand new content every single week that's going to help you master your mind, overcome self-sabotage, and truly step into your power, purpose, and potential. So now that we've looked at the worst case scenario, for the last step, we're going to look at the other side of the coin. What would happen if you didn't take action? Or what would happen if you waited until you were perfect? So what is the benefits of a partial success or an attempt? What are the things that you would learn? What opportunities would open up to you? What kinds of people would you meet by taking action before everything is truly perfect? Once you brainstorm all the answers to the benefits of a partial success or an attempt, then look at what's the cost of inaction. Oftentimes when opportunities arise, there's a period of time, an opportunity window in which we must action that opportunity before that opportunity completely disappears. So maybe you have the opportunity now to open a specific business and be the only person in the market. But if you wait 12 months or 6 months or even 3 months, you might lose that opportunity window and other businesses might pop up and now you'll no longer be the only one. So what is the cost of inaction? And I don't want you to just look at financial or business costs of inaction. I also want you to look at what is the mental, emotional, spiritual cost of inaction if you wait until you have things absolutely perfect. Now, between question number 2 and question number 3, you'll see that being perfect is actually setting you up for failure, and it is a pattern of self-sabotage. This will allow you to do the inner work, to clear out those limiting beliefs, and to heal those inner children so that you can start taking more action now. Now, if you're ready to truly start mastering your mind and achieving wild success that you didn't even know was possible, I would love to invite you to join my 6-day Mind Mastery Challenge. This challenge is absolutely free, and I'm going to share with you incredibly powerful tools to help you overcome procrastination, self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome, and more. All you have to do to get instant access to this free challenge is go to nlpworksheet.com or click on the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching.